Free beer and hot wings in the morning. Grand Rapids rocks all day. WGRD FM Grand Rapids, 97.9 GRD.
Sunny and cooler, less humid, 82 the high. About 64 downtown. Got some news for us, Joe?
Yeah, a couple of things. Well, one, this is a really quick story, but it caught my eye, or something in it made me think, well, boy, I feel a lot of different ways about this. And then I just thought, well, what would they do? Like, what happens at this point to this kid? And it was the teen who planned the school attack.
Okay, in Paw Paw?
Yeah, teen who admitted to planning an attack on his high school has been expelled. The decision was made Monday night at Paw Paw Public Schools Board of Education meeting. The mom says, I think they made the wrong move. It sends the message to other kids that instead of helping, adults will scorn and outcast them for having bad thoughts. It was never about the teen returning to school on a daily basis. I would never have him go back anyway, she continued. The reason for fighting it is so he can attend school events, i.e. his sister's plays or marching band performances, as a part of our family. The 15-year-old, who 24-hour News 8 is not identifying because the court deemed him juvenile, pleaded guilty in May to weapons and explosives charges. A judge ordered him to undergo mental health treatment.
Yeah, he didn't just have bad thoughts. He was operating a plan.
Right.
I don't really blame him.
And it says
for their decision.
So let's see, investigators say after the teen's parents brought him to the Van Buren County Sheriff's Office, they found he had stolen shotguns from his grandfather and cut them down so he could hide them, and he had gathered ammunition and materials. That's such a tricky thing because where does he go to school now? Like, he doesn't. He has to be homeschooled, right?
Alternative school, maybe.
Or get a GED.
It's pronounced gay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is that right?
Yeah, I have one.
But that is really difficult. And you don't want to say, okay, well, that kid can't be helped. At the same time, there's been enough where that's happened enough times where you're like, well, certainly there needs to be continued monitoring of what's going on.
Forever. If he already had those thoughts. Although, did he go to his parents and say, I have something to tell you? Or was he found out and then his parents brought him?
I'm just pulling up the original story from back in March from Wood. It says he allegedly planned the attack but then changed his mind.
Okay.
So, yes.
So what do you think about what she said? Like, he came to them, and is this sending that message that they shouldn't come to you?
Oh, man.
Because you'll be punished for doing the right thing, even though you were going to do the wrong thing.
I don't think that's the answer. What do you
expelling?
So what?
Yeah.
If someone makes this plan and at the last second changes their mind, there's no ramifications for it. If they let that young man come back to the school, and I'm sympathetic to the spot they're in.
Yeah.
A lot of other parents are going to lose their mind.
What if it's just for marching band and plays, like she says?
I never understood that when someone is expelled from a school that they were banned from the property completely like that. But I guess this is a unique situation.
I think it shouldn't really matter, honestly. It's like he won't be able to go back there anyway. So
that's a good point. I can't imagine how disruptive that would be.
I don't think he'd want to go to those things anyway.
Yeah, you bringing up that story reminds me of this video that I almost sent in links last night. It's a TED Talk, and it's a man explaining how he was almost a school shooter. Now he's a grown man, and he's talking about the struggle that he went through and what went through his brain and why he didn't do it.
Yeah.
And man, you bring up a great point. Do we punish the person for doing the right thing but thinking about the wrong thing?
Yeah.
I think monitor is the right answer there.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely.
I want to hear it. Can you play some of this? Is there swears?
I don't remember if there's a ton of swears.
We better not then.
It's like
I'll send it in tonight's link, so if you have time, you could watch it. It's pretty interesting.
We can post it.
Yeah.
And have people watch it on their own. And then the other one is not such a heavy story.
Yeah.
This was a guy dreamed of owning a DeLorean. Okay. Got one.
All right.
Had it in storage. Storage burns down.
Oh, no.
What happens next? will surprise you.
A fire ripped through a storage center in Kent County. One man has been reunited with his most prized possession, which was spared from those flames.
Yeah, I'm sure he had to be terrified while it was going on. Fox 17's Rebecca Russell joins us after seeing him with his timeless treasure. Rebecca?
Yeah, Derek and Andy, it is no surprise that Matt Turnquist's favorite movie is Back to the Future. So when the fire happened, you can imagine how nervous he was that his 1981 DeLorean would be destroyed. Well, after weeks of waiting, he was finally able to get it back.
It's a sound Matt Turnquist has waited weeks to hear. The roar of his
underpowered engine.
I was going to say, I was always under the impression those were fast.
No.
That sound made me think they are not.
No, they have very small engines.
They barely ever run.
I think they have a V6, maybe a 4-cylinder.
And didn't they weigh like 1 billion pounds?
Because they were stainless steel.
Well, because the like I remember watching something where they showed that the frame of them was just made of like solid box tubing, and it was ridiculously heavy.
No, it's 2,700 pounds.
Well, I guess I'm wrong.
Yep. Yeah, I didn't know either. I thought maybe it was too, but
I thought it was for that size automobile with that size engine. I thought that was
with
the
that
problem.
size engine, yeah,
In an era when everything else was starting to be plastics and compared to the Fiero.
I do know.
So I was right. It was a V6 engine, and it was rated at 130 horsepower.
I do know that,
but it was 81. I mean, there wasn't a lot of horsepower.
You're
back
riding
then.
lawnmowers faster than that thing.
they had
Probably about.
I do know the doors. One major problem they had was that they were too heavy for
like the
struts
hinges.
that
yeah,
hold up.
exactly. And so
Yeah.
that was they
They would come down and
Yeah.
bonk people all the time.
Well, that's not fun.
no. If your doors don't open, no.
Yeah.
1981 DeLorean.
I have owned the car for 7 years.
Whoa,
and I
that's your
found
voice?
Hey,
it
where are you
for
from?
it on Craigslist in Panora, Iowa.
Matt, like many, grew up
Get
a fan
outta
of the
here,
1985 film Back to the
Yeah.
Future, which features a DeLorean as a time machine.
Marty, you made it. Yeah. Welcome to my latest experiment. This is the big one, the one I've been waiting for all my life.
Well, it's a DeLorean, right? For a long time, when I've been watching Back to the Future, I never knew that the car existed until about when I was in the 6th grade. And I realized that it was a real car. Then I started doing research on it, and I'm like, I would like to buy one of those.
Okay, paint the picture.
Okay.
What he's wearing a T-shirt that says "My other ride is the DeLorean."
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
He's very enthusiastic.
What's your first ride?
His mustache.
Someday.
That dream becoming a reality. Matt kept the car at the National Storage Center facility in Comstock Park,
That's
where a
also where I
fire
live.
destroyed 180 units back on June 28th.
I was like, oh no, my car is there.
I only meant to
Luckily, my
burn down
car
the other unit.
Yeah.
That was actual audio from the day that it was happening. That was the most emotion he had ever felt in his life.
Oh no, my car is there.
Destroyed 180 units back on June 28th.
I was like, oh no, my car is there. But luckily my car
tried to go
was-
into the future inside the building.
Stupid burning tire tracks.
Oh.
And then I realized that they had just heard the word unit be said.
armed.
Matt wasn't able to get to his car until recently, since the storage center is still closed off. He was finally able to schedule an appointment a week after the fire to get his car, which luckily only had a light coating of dust. Now he's excited to get back out on the roads, wherever or whenever they are.
Oh, every time when I'm driving this car, I always see people passing by me and they're staring at the car and
Laughing at
pointing their
me.
cell phone at it or camera, and then they just pass by me.
And they never speak to me.
There you go. Matt says the car is valued around
Like a high school dance on the road.
And I was homeschooled.
$1,000. So we've also reached out to fire officials, but there is no word yet on what caused that fire. However, the storage facility did have
Oh, I
insurance.
think
and was
number
working
one
with
reason
customers
was Matt.
who did lose their possessions because, again, there were 180 units that were
Wow.
destroyed. So you can only imagine what treasures were in those places.
Yeah, and I'm glad that he was reunited with his car. He's so passionate about it.
Yeah.
So you feel
all he's got.
good about that.
Yeah, I remember him the night of the fire, and he was definitely a little distraught, and good
Yep.
to see it turned off well for him.
Oh, were you there,
well,
Derek?
And especially because he knew that it was there and safe.
They
that he couldn't
reported
get
on
to
it. Sure.
So
That's even
finally
worse.
getting it back.
There's fucking love to see guys cry.
Yeah, so you that guy.
Derek's like,
He's an effing wiener.
He's my brother. I take him to Vegas every now and again to play blackjack.
I love storage units in there. You can keep baseball things or like baseball batting order.
Yeah, whatever.
Some baseball stuff, maybe softball. You know, most of the stick sports.
Yeah.
It's insane how much these overpriced pieces of junk are.
$3,000, right?
Items.
Like
Looking on
$3,000.
Car Gurus, there's looks like about 10 of them nationwide. The cheapest one is $30,500.
Shut up! That thing that he's driving is not worth $30,000.
They
is it?
said his was valued at 40.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. They're rare.
30,000 up to 45,000, 50,000, 55,000.
If you own one of those, you should be on a list.
Well, I
you
don't
probably
think that's
technically
a
are on a list.
A fleecing list.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How would you like to buy the extended warranty?
Oh, nice one in Mesa, Arizona. $60,000.
Were they only
$60,000?
one color? All that?
Yeah, they were stainless steel. Now, some of them were painted later on.
Yeah, by jerks.
But not many.
Yeah, there's a
but
red one.
I did see one not long ago. Yeah, there was a red one.
Here. There's a red one
there's
here
a red
for
one
sale.
here.
How much do they want for it?
The red one, Grand Rapids, Michigan, $44,900.
Man, Joe, you should really sell that van and get a DeLorean.
It's only got 1,671 miles on it.
Yeah, I'll bet. You know that because they don't last. Every mile is a miracle. Treasure it.
That's probably true.
Well, this guy's. I'm glad he got his car back.
I know. Joy
dumb
all
jokes
around.
aside.
I am too.
I like it when things work out. Those other 179 units, bummer for those people that don't have any belongings.
Well, they don't have any good belongings.
Yeah. No, they probably
But
lost
who keeps
cooler
their
cars.
good belongings in storage anyway? At least that was my own personal experience. Was after a couple trips there, I realized I don't want any of this crap.
If you can live without it, you don't need it. That's the way I think.
Yeah.
Learn that from Joe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I only put stuff there that I
you're
was
welcome.
biding time with. Like I did put when we lived in an apartment. I go, I'm not living in this apartment forever. I'm going to put my couch in there for a while and my refrigerator. I'm going to need those again.
All of my lawn stuff and yard tools and everything else.
Yeah.
Those were the days.
But don't put anything in there that you don't want to lose in a fire.
Like a DeLorean.
Yeah.
Actually, those are good to put in there.
Oh, guys, we're coming back from break.
Oh, boy, yeah. This
It
always
does feel
throws
like
me
it.
off.
It's the Black Keys, gold on the ceiling. 97.9 GRD.